Hi, welcome to your practice today. My name is Lauren and I'm delighted to be guiding you through today's flow. I recommend having a couple of different props with you today. So just grabbing one or two blocks if you have them available to you, or anything that resembles this type of shape. So books work really well, or even shoes work really well, or water bottles or cups, or you get the gist. So something sturdy that will bring the ground a little bit closer to you, or act as an extension of your arm. And another thing that I recommend is having a cushion. You could also use a block for the purpose of putting it underneath your sit bones. So a cushion to kind of elevate your hips in the seated position, and maybe having a towel or a blanket underneath your knees, or even underneath your mat. If you've got two mats, you can also just pop them together. So this is if you have sensitivity in your knees, or if you'd like a little bit of extra support for them. And then let's get started. So taking your cushion or taking your blanket or taking your block underneath your sit bones, and just coming into a comfortable seat. You can close your eyes, relax your shoulders, and relax your belly. So allowing it to do its natural thing, not holding it in or sucking it in or tightening any of the abdomen, being loose. And that goes for the rest of your body as well. Relaxing your shoulders, relaxing your knees. Can you relax your facial muscles a little bit more, particularly around your eyes and eyebrows and jaw? And then take a big breath in through your nose, push your tummy forward. And exhale, just let that breath go and feel your body relax a little bit more as you release, as you invite that invitation to release. We'll take 2 or 3 more breaths together. Big breath in. Feel your crown lift up towards the sky, and then exhale. Feel your shoulders and legs and hands and feet soften and relax. Last one, breathing in through the nose. Option to breathe out through the nose or breathe out through your mouth. And then setting an intention for your practice today. So how would I like to feel? What's the purpose of me being on my mat? What's my intention behind being on my mat today? This evening, this afternoon, this morning, whatever time you're practicing. Just sending yourself or saying to yourself, thank you. Thank you for putting in this effort. Thank you for dedicating this time to my practice, to moving, to helping my body, to helping my mind, to being present on my mat. And my intention is for this sense of presence or this focus, giving ourselves the gift of doing that, being present and focused and concentrated and here on our mat. So my intention for you is to do the same, to be present. And if there's any other intention that you'd like to add to that, please go ahead and say it in your mind. Take your palms together then, breathing in. Exhale for Om. Inhale again. And then exhale, drop your hands down to your hands. We'll take 3 circles in one direction with the head. So breathing in as you bring your head up towards the sky, noticing anything in your neck, sides of the neck, shoulders, upper back. And exhale, bringing your chin into your chest. So we practice already that inhales are for creating this length and space. So space for our breath, space in the front of our neck. And our exhalations are for releasing and letting go of the breath, but also into the muscles. And we often do that when we're folding or closing. Wherever you are in your circle, you can go in the opposite direction. So inhale as you lift your chin up towards the sky. And then exhale as you close your chin into your chest. Well done. Bring your head back to its neutral position, and then we're going to come into a side bend. So you might like to stay on your block, or you can take it off. You can remove it, push it to the side as well. Right hand comes onto the ground, left hand lifts towards the sky. Take a breath in, looking up towards the thumb in the air, and then following the thumb as you lean over towards the side. And if the thumb goes beyond your line of vision, you can always look up towards the sky, or if it's more comfortable, looking in front of your knees, or finding another spot to focus on. Inhale, come back up. Look up towards that right thumb, and then following it as you lean over towards the left side. Breathing in, come back to center, and we'll make our way onto our hands and knees and tabletop. Now you can move your block to the side if you haven't done so already. Coming into thread the needle, so right hand lifts towards the sky again, following the thumb, and then following it as it goes underneath your left arm, over towards the left side of your mat. You can drop your right shoulder down, the side of your head down towards the ground. We're just focusing on pushing into our left hand first. You're bringing your left shoulder back, noticing this sensation in the middle back, in the upper back, in the shoulder. And then option to create a different variation with your left hand. So you can keep it here, you're more than welcome to, or you're bringing it out in front of you. Again, still pushing into the left fingertips to find that twist in the upper back and middle back. Or you might like to bring the hand behind your back, looking for the top of your right thigh. And you're tucking your chin into your chest. You can still look towards the right thumb, or again, finding another spot up in the sky or to the side of your mat. Take one more breath in and out. And then left hand finds the ground. We're going to float our right wing up towards the sky once more, breathing in. And then dropping it down on our exhale. Left hand lifts, breathe in. And then thread the needle as you breathe out. Focusing first on your twist, push into that right hand, pull your right shoulder back, and then option to take another variation with your right arm, whatever feels better. It doesn't have to be the same as the last side. And even still, when we're in our twist, when we're in our thread the needle pose, we're pulling our right shoulder back behind us in the direction that we're not facing. So not towards the right side, towards the left side. Last breath here. And then right hand finds the floor. Left hand lifts back up. Take a breath in. And then lower it down as you breathe out. Find your downward facing dog. So tuck your toes, lift your knees, lift your hips. We'll pedal out the legs. One at a time, just waking up those hamstrings. You might like to move your hips from side to side. And even as we're moving our legs, pedaling out the legs in downward facing dog, we're still trying to find this length through the spine and through the arms. So I like to think about my palms. We're pushing them away from our feet, creating that resistance in the mat, that tension in the mat. And then our hips, imagine that they're being lifted up away from the shoulders, away from the hands. So the hands are going in one direction and the hips are going in the other direction, all following the same line. So you'll feel it in your shoulders. They'll get a little bit stronger, more intentional with their movement too. Well done. All right, let's take our knees back down to the ground. Inhale, cow back. So arched spine, tummy comes down. You may like to look up towards the sky. And then exhale to round it, tucking your chin into your chest. Let's go a few more times. Inhale, round, arched back, and then exhale to round. Last one. Inhale, arch your back. Exhale to round it. And then once again, we'll find our downward facing dog. So neutral spine. Your toes may still be tucked, otherwise tuck them, and then find your downward facing dog. Bringing the feet together, lift your right leg up towards the sky, take a breath in. And then knee comes into your nose on your exhalation, and wherever your right foot is in the air, we're dropping it down there. Left leg lifts to the sky then, so a little bit of a shorter downward facing dog. Exhale, bring your knee into your chest. And wherever that left foot is in the sky, drop the foot down to the ground. You may like to come up onto your fingertips or take your blocks underneath your hands. Right leg sweeps up, take a breath in. Exhale, bring your knee right into your chest, squeeze it in there, and then drop the right foot down. So little baby steps coming forward with these knee to nose, tiger curls to the top of our mat. So take one or two more, until your left foot or your right foot comes down to meet the opposite one. And then once you get there, just hanging over the legs in a ragdoll forward fold. So your feet may be close together, but you can widen them out if that feels more comfortable. Take a big bend in your knees. Maybe you sway from side to side. You can nod your head yes, inviting any tension to release itself. Stay in your fold, just come into a still forward fold. Bring your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers. And then option to stay here with your fingers interlaced close to your lower back, or we're lifting the arms up overhead towards the sky. You can look in towards your knees or look in towards your legs. Well done. Option to close your palms together or keep them open if that's comfortable. And then releasing your hands, we'll come all the way up to stand. So imagine you're a little kitten and you're being picked up by the scruff of your neck by your mama as you come all the way up, slowly into Tadasana at the top of our mat. Roll your shoulders back, active hands, active fingers, pressing the heels into the ground. Inhale, arms to the sky, looking up. Exhale, we'll fold. Inhale to lift up halfway. And then exhale, find your plank. Option to come halfway down through Chaturanga Dandasana or all the way down to the floor. Untucking your toes. Inhale to stay here if you prefer, or coming into a back bend. Cobra, extended, upward facing dog. And then we'll make our way into our downward facing dog again. Readjust your feet if you need to. Think about your hips lifting away from your arms, your hands, your shoulders. And then take one more breath here. Look forward, come to the top of your mat. Lift up halfway on arrival. And then exhale, we're folding over the legs. Inhale to rise. Join the palms, take them to your hips. One more time, take a breath in, arms lift, look up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale for your plank. Move through your Vinyasa, all the way down or halfway, untucking your toes on your inhale, take your back bend. And then exhaling for downward facing dog, well done. Big breath in. Exhale here. 2 more breaths. Well done, let's take the feet together again. This time just once, right leg sweeps to the sky, take a breath in. Exhale, knee to nose, look forward, and then step your right foot in between your hands, dropping your left knee down to the ground. Untuck your back toes. Inhale, lift your upper body. Take your hands behind your back, interlace them. Inhale here. And then exhale, sending your hips back, straightening into your right leg. Option to stay high with the upper body or fold forward. Inhale, come back to our low lunge. And then exhale, find your half split. Option to fold. Take your time. You might need to do this a little bit slower. Come back into your low lunge, last one. And then exhale, send the hips back. Well done. We'll stay here for 3 more breaths in our half split. Option to lift your hands back behind you a little bit more to the sky. We're looking towards the front of our mat, finding a drishti here or your right big toe. Your drishti is your focused gaze, wherever your eyes can stay, helping you with your balance, helping you to stay present in the pose. Noticing any sensations that arise. Can you pull your right hip back a little bit more? Perfect. Finding our low lunge again, releasing your hands, take them in front of your heart center, breathing in once you get there. And then exhale, we'll send our hips more forward. We're gonna come into a revolved side angle pose. So breathing in here, on our exhalation, turn your chest towards the right side of your mat. And then option to stay there, or you might like to hook your left elbow to the outside of your right knee. And we're looking over our right shoulder. So bringing your right shoulder back with your gaze, your left shoulder following your right knee. So opposite arm to opposite leg, well done. And then inhale, come back around to center with the upper body. We're either going to take our right elbow atop of our right knee, and then our left arm up towards the sky or over our left ear. Or you're going to slide your right arm down the right leg. Whatever way you decide to do this is perfect. Just think about your arm pushing into the right knee to help turn your chest towards the left side of your mat. So modified side angle pose in the upper body and with this front leg. You can also kickstand the left leg, bringing it back behind you a little bit towards that right side of your mat. Well done. From here, let's come out of it. Bring your palms back in front of your chest. And then option to use your hands to get up, or we're tucking our back toes, lifting our back knee and coming up to stand, bringing our left foot onto the ground and straightening both legs, setting up for Trikonasana. So right arm comes forward, left arm comes back. Reach forward with the right hand, take a breath in, and then as we exhale, take your right hand down and your left hand up towards the sky. So right palm can either be on your shin or on the inside of your right calf, or maybe you're finding your block and bringing it to the outside of your ankle. You can look up towards the sky, up towards that left thumb. If you want more length in your right hamstring, you're thinking about this left hip pulling back in line with the right foot. Let's take one more breath here. And then take your left hand onto your hip. Inhale to rise. Exhale, reach over the front of your mat. Floating half moon pose. So not looking for our right hand to press onto anything or to find anything. You're hopping your left foot forward, reaching down towards the ground. So not finding the ground with this right hand, just letting it float. And then the left leg can come off the ground. You might like to keep your left toes pointed, or you're pressing them out, flexing into the foot towards the left side. You can pull your left shoulder back a little bit, turning your chest towards the left side of your mat. Well done. Take one more breath in and out. And then inhale. Exhale, big step back. Inhale, come up. Turn your toes towards the corners of your mat. Take both hands onto your hips, breathing in again. And then exhale, bend your knees, goddess pose. Option to keep your hands on your hips or lift them up to the sky as you straighten your legs. Take a breath in. And then exhale, cactus your elbows, goddess pose again. One more time. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, sit down, goddess pose. And we'll stay here. So sitting your hips forward. You can keep your heels on the ground, or you might like to challenge your balance a little bit and take them off the ground. Sitting down a little bit more if there's space to do that. Keep breathing with your belly. Find a drishti, focus on it. Take one more breath. And then place your heels back on the earth. Come up, take your hands behind your back, turn your toes parallel to each other or slightly more inwards. Inhale here, wide stance. Exhale, fold forward. Bringing your chin into your chest. Lean towards the balls of your feet. Bring your tummy in towards your thighs. The crown of the head is going down towards the ground here. And then last breath in and out. Hands find the lower back again. Inhale to come up. And exhale to step towards the front of our mat. Bring your palms together and take them now down alongside your hips. Let's do that again on the other side. So breathing in, arms to the sky. Breathing out, fold forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale for plank. Move all the way down or halfway. Untuck the toes, take your back bend. And exhale for downward facing dog. Well done. We'll take our feet together. This time getting ready to lift your left leg up towards the sky. So go ahead, left leg rises, take a breath in. Exhale, knee to nose, look forward, stepping that left foot in between the hands and dropping your right knee down to the ground. Untuck the back toes. Inhale to lift up. Exhale, take your hands behind your back, interlace the fingers. Inhale here. Exhale, send the hips back, fold forward. Inhale, come back to your low lunge. Exhale to send the hips back, well done. Nice and slowly. On your next inhalation, one more time, low lunge. And then exhale, send those hips back. Staying here for 3 more breaths. So option to lift your arms up towards the sky a little bit more. Finding your drishti, looking at it, nothing else matters. You can pull your left hip back and bring your right hip forward. Just rotating the hips to face the front of your mat. Well done. Let's come out of it. Inhale, move your knee. And bend it, bend the left knee, bring your hips forward. You can release your hands, bring them in front of your heart center. Take a breath in. As we're breathing out, we're turning our chest towards the left side. An option to be here, so nice and elevated with the elbows, or lean forward towards that left knee, hook your right elbow on the outside of it. You can start to look over your left shoulder. Keep breathing. Relax into the legs, into the hips if you can. And then last breath. Let's start to come out of it. Inhale back to center with the upper body. Option 2, take your elbow to the left knee, or take your left arm down the left leg with your right arm reaching up towards the sky. Maybe it comes over the right ear, and you're still thinking about bringing that right shoulder back and using the inside of your left knee to help turn your chest towards the right side. Brilliant. Inhale, start to come out of it. Take your palms back to face forward in front of your heart space. Tuck your back toes. We're getting ready to lift up. Secure your right foot on the ground. Straighten your legs. Trikonasana. So turn your hips and your chest to the right side of your mat. Open your wings. Left arm is reaching forward. And then down as the right arm comes up towards the sky. Brilliant. Look down towards your left big toe. Inhale to rise. Take your right hand onto your right hip. And then floating half moon pose. So reaching forward with that left hand, you can hop forward with the right foot, starting to lift your right leg off the ground. And this right hand is encouraging your right hip backwards towards the left side of your mat. Well done. Take 1 or 2 more breaths here. And then we're taking our right foot towards the front of our mat. Come to stand. And if you need to shake out any limbs or take a sip of water, go ahead and do that now. Amazing. So we're at the top of our mat. We're going to move towards downward facing dog. So you can go straight into it or follow me. From Tadasana, arms up to the sky. Take a breath in and then exhale on the way down. Inhale, lifting up halfway. And then exhale for plank. And we're traveling through our vinyasa into upward facing dog or cobra pose, and then taking downward facing dog. Let's take 3 more breaths first before we move into the rest of our sequence. So 1 last breath here. Take your feet together. Inhale, right leg lifts to the sky. And then exhale, bend your right knee, bring it into your chest. Look forward, step the right foot forward and ground into your left heel. The left knee stays off the ground. Warrior 1, so keeping our right knee bent. Inhale, lift the arms to the sky. And then exhale, take your hands behind your back, interlace the fingers. So we're pulling our right hip towards the back of our mat, drawing our hands towards the back of our mat as well. Straightening into our right leg, take a breath in. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, right knee bends again. Warrior 1. And then exhale, pyramid pose, straightening into your right leg as you fold. 1 more time. Inhale, right knee bends, warrior 1. And then exhale, pyramid, straightening through our right leg. We'll stay for 3 extra breaths, just like we did with our half split. So our right hip comes back. You can look towards your right big toe or towards the front of your mat. Maybe your arms lift up towards the sky. Maybe your tummy comes towards that right thigh. Take 1 more breath here. And then inhale for warrior 1 again. Take your palms in front of your heart space. Lift your back heel, so high lunge. And then revolved side angle. So taking your breath in, on your exhalation, turning your chest towards the right side. You might like to stay here with your elbows away from the body. Or away from that right knee, or we're leaning forward, hooking our left elbow to the outside of the right knee and dropping our hips down. And you're more than welcome to drop your back knee down if you like that option better. You can also open your arms so the left arm comes down towards the outside of the right foot and the right arm comes up towards the sky. You have your block there as well if you'd like to use that instead. And you can also drop your left heel down to the ground. So getting ready to come out of it, bring your palms together if you opened the arms out. Inhale, come back into your twist, your twisted high lunge. And then exhale, bring your palms in front of your chest back to center. Left foot comes down completely to the ground. You're going to turn it out towards the left side. And then we're going to come into our side angle pose. So option for your elbow to come down onto the knee, or your right hand to come down towards the outside of the right foot, or you can use your block as well. And the left arm is coming up towards the sky and over the left ear. Maybe you look up towards the ceiling here. And you can also take a bind. If you like taking binds, like our thread the needle, if you took that option, then your hand can find the top of your right leg. Or you might like to bring the right arm under the leg and find the fingers behind your back. So sending your hips low. We'll stay for 2 more wherever you are. Really press into that back foot. Perfect. Inhale, look down, come up. Straightening into your right leg, open your arms. Trikonasana, triangle pose, reach forward. And then right arm down, left arm up. So you can use your block if you used it before. Or take your right hand down the right leg, inside the shin or on the shin, it's up to you. Beautiful. Looking down once more towards that right foot. Inhale to come up. Take your hand onto your hip, and then we're going to go into a half moon pose. So option for that floating half moon pose if you really liked it before, really active half moon pose. Or bend into your right knee, hold onto your block, or maybe you're not using a block today and that's perfect too. Hop the left foot forward. Take your block or take your hand down towards the ground, and we want it to be underneath the shoulder. Not too close to the right foot, because then we're folding in that direction. We're bringing it out away from the right foot. You can point your left toes or flex the foot, and you might like to take your left arm up towards the sky. And then option to bend the left knee and come into this sugar cane variation, holding onto the foot. If you can't find the foot in the sky, you might find it a little bit more comfortable to enter it by bringing your left knee into your chest first, holding onto the foot, and then kicking the foot out and the knee out behind you once again. Take your final breath like this. And then big step back with your left foot towards the back of your mat. Let's find that goddess pose again. Let's set up. So inhale, opening your toes out towards the corners of your mat. Take your arms up towards the sky. And then on our next exhalation, we're sitting down, cactusing our elbows. Inhale, explode upwards. Exhale, cactus, bend the knees. One more time, breathe in, lift up. Exhale, sit down. Perfect. Take your arms behind the back, interlace your fingers, draw them back, arms down, straightening into the legs. Turn your toes towards the left side of your mat. Breathing in. Exhale, we fold forward. Tummy comes in towards the thighs. And if you prefer, you can also release the hands and just have them parallel to each other, reaching towards the sky. Or you might even take another variation. Maybe your hands take that yogi toe lock, or come in between the feet on your mat. Wherever you are, let's start to come out of it. Inhale to start lifting up, and then exhale. Standing, look to the top of your mat, hop forward. Let's go for it on our other side. Bring your hands down next to your hips. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lifting up halfway. Exhale, make your way into plank before coming down all the way or halfway. Inhale to open your chest. And then exhale, coming into downward facing dog, where we'll stay for 3 breaths first. So 2 more. . One more. Beautiful. Take your feet together. Inhale, left leg to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose. Look forward. Step your left foot forward. Right heel finds the mat. Bend through the left knee as you come up into your warrior one. And then exhale, take those hands behind the back. Interlace them. Pull your left hip back. Inhale here. And then exhale, straightening into your left leg. And we start to fold forward over this left leg. Inhale, bend your left knee, warrior one. Exhale, folding over your left leg. Last one, inhale, warrior one. Exhale to fold. And then staying here for 3 breaths. So looking towards your left big toe or looking beyond it. You might like to lift your arms up a little bit more towards the sky. Bring your left hip back, your right hip forward. Really press through the feet. Find power in them. And then let's start to come out of it. Inhale, back to warrior one. And then exhale to release the hands and take yourself off the right heel. So high lunge, palms together. Inhale here. Exhale, turn your chest to the left side. And bring all of that right hip with you. And then option to stay here, or right elbow comes to the outside of the left knee. You might give yourself a bit more space through that back foot. You might like to take your right knee back down onto the ground. And then option to stay here with the hands, or you're taking your right arm down towards the inside of this the outside of this left foot. And then the left arm comes up towards the sky or over the ear. And you can also drop your right foot onto the ground if you wish. One more breath here. Start to bring your palms together if you opened them. Inhale to lift up. Exhale, turn your chest to face forward again, and then drop your right foot down onto the ground. Keep bending into your left knee. We'll come into side angle pose. So option to take whichever variation feels the best for you. Bind. Elbow on your knee. Use your block. Whatever variation feels the best, or you used it last time. And you can look over your right shoulder or look towards that right thumb. Sending your hips down if there's space. Bend into your left knee. Well done. And then looking down, let's come out of it. Inhale, press through the feet, come up, straight legs. Exhale, stay here, adjust anything you need to, your legs or your arms. Reach forward, Trikonasana. And we'll stay here for a couple more breaths. So try not to have your hips pressing too far back. Bring them in towards the line of your feet. And your right arm is lifting over your head or over that left shoulder. And then look down. Let's come out of this one. Inhale to lift up. Exhale, take your right hand onto your right hip. Bend into your left knee. We're finding our half moon pose here. So you can hop your right foot forward, floating or using your hand on the ground or on your block. Find something to look at. Open your shoulders and your chest in the same direction as that hip. Maybe your right hand finds lift off, comes up towards the sky, and you might like to bend into your right knee if you've been enjoying that on the last side. Looking for the foot, kicking it into the hand. Think about creating space in your body in this pose. So that's why we have got the blocks as well and the support. If you're struggling with your hand on the wood, there's no need. You can come up a little bit more or use something to help you. Extend your arm a little bit. And then let's bring our right foot down onto the ground again. And we'll come into a nice hanged ragdoll. over the legs, bending the knees, moving the hips from side to side. Well done. Brilliant. Alrighty. So let's start to come all the way down to the ground. We're just going to find our knees and bring them towards the floor. Come to stand up on the knees. And take your palms onto your lower back, fingers facing down, or you might like to bring your thumbs onto your bones and wrap your fingers around them. Shoulders and elbows come back. Pressing your hips forward, just think about your cow back. So you want to still keep your hips nice and free for the movement. Your tummy and your rib cage and your chest lifting forward and up towards the sky. And then option to stay here, or you might like to look back towards the feet and take your hands there. I like to keep my chin towards my chest, but you're also more than welcome to lift it a little bit further away towards the sky or back behind you. Well done. One more breath here. And then option to bring your hands back onto your lower back, or if you tuck your chin into your chest again, and just think about your rib cage being pulled up towards the front of your mat. So keeping that strength there in the abdomen, come up nice and engaged through it. Sitting your hips down towards your heels. Let's find a child's pose. So you might like to take your knees a little bit wider or keep them more in line with the hips. You decide what feels more comfortable. I'm going to take my block underneath my forehead, but you're more than welcome to drop your forehead down onto the ground as well. So a nice relaxed child's pose. It's relaxing for me. It may not be relaxing for you. If there's any discomfort, particularly in your hips or in your knees or even in your feet, please feel free to take another pose. So you're more than welcome to come into a tabletop position or even just lie down completely flat on the ground. Or you might prefer to sit on your bum with your knees into your chest and your tummy lying over the legs. So we'll take 5 more breaths like this. Perfect. Let's come onto our bums. If you'd like to come into it through a vinyasa, please feel free to. Otherwise, moving your legs over to the side and coming into your seated position. So we'll straighten into both legs. We're going to come into one Paschimottanasana, one forward fold for 5 breaths. If you wish to take a cushion or something underneath your sit bones, you can roll up your mat as well, or take your block and just pop it to support your lower back, your hips, your pelvis. Toes up towards the sky, reaching up on your inhalation, option to create a little bend in the knees, and then exhale, fold forward. So taking your hands anywhere that they land, on the mat, on your calves, on the backs of your knees, on your ankles, on the outsides of your feet, maybe your big toes. You can take your block, or you can find a bind in front of your feet as well. And your chest is moving towards where your gaze is. So for me, it's on my toes, but you can also look beyond the toes towards the wood or whatever surface is in front of your mat. And then your belly coming down towards the thighs. And feel free to open your legs out a little bit more if that's more comfortable for the tummy. I like to think that there's a rope attached to my hips, or I'm sitting in some kind of seat or support. And then that seat is being pulled towards the ground and then towards the back of my mat. So my hips are kind of being scooped downwards and then pulled backwards. And then we really fold from the hips and hinge from the hips. And we can relax our shoulders. And we'll take one more breath in here. I know I'm talking a little bit. And then walk your hands back towards you. Remove whatever was behind you. Come onto your back. Take your knees into your chest. Rocking from side to side. Beautiful. I'm going to invite you to come into a supine pigeon pose. So with our left foot, we can take it towards the ground. With our right outer ankle, we can take it onto the left knee. You can push your right knee away from you. Option to stay here with your left foot on the ground, or you're starting to lift your left foot off the ground. Maybe you take your fingers and interlace them behind the back of your knee or in front of your left shin. And we'll just secure this right ankle as well. So flex into the right foot. Notice where your left knee is. So when I look at my left knee right now, it's kind of veering off towards the right side in the direction that my right leg is pulling it. I'm going to try and bring it so that it's directly in line with the left hip or the left hip bone. And you might feel a different pull on the outside of the right hip when you do that. So our focus is on the right hip in this pose, the outside, all that outer muscle. And the more we lean, or the more we bring the left leg away from that area, the more intense or maybe the deeper sensation will be. So if you'd like to create more sensation, you're moving the legs away from the hip that we're focusing on, away from the right side towards the left side. And if you'd like less sensation, you're bringing the legs over towards the right side. Beautiful. Start to release your left foot down. Uncross the legs, take your left outer ankle onto the top of your right knee. Move that knee down towards the ground, and then option to stay here if that's good, or take your right foot off the floor. Shoulders come down towards the mat. And again, notice where your right knee is in relation to your right hip, and maybe we take it over towards the right side of our mat a little bit more. Remembering your exhalations are for releasing and relaxing. So can you relax some more? Well done. Take one more breath in and out. Release the back of your right knee, uncross the legs, keep the knees in the sky towards your armpits, and then happy baby pose. You can hold on to the knees, the backs of the knees, up towards the ankles or towards the outsides of, or the insides of the feet. And then option to sway gently from side to side. And then option to stay here in happy baby pose, or you might like to take a supported baby pose with your block underneath your pelvis or on the lower back and pelvis area. Or you're pulling into the feet, so you're just encouraging them to go back, straightening into the legs. Your lower back lifts off the mat, and then you come towards plow pose. So either you're doing this with your hands, or you're doing this with the hands on the feet, or you're going to take your hands down towards the mat, take your knees together, use the hands to help you, bring the feet back towards you, and then option to stay here with the hands, or you can open the feet away from each other and reach the hands back towards them. And then we'll start to come out of it nice and slowly. Knees in towards your chest. You can take your hands down towards the ground again, near your hips. Bring your knees in together. Your upper legs are squished against your tummy. Keep them there as you bring the feet and legs down towards the ground. We're going to keep our knees bent once they get towards the floor, our feet on the floor, and then opening your arms out towards the side. And option to keep your knees bent next to each other in the way that they are now, or you might prefer to cross your right leg over the left. I like to move my hips towards the right side of my mat, just so that when I come into my twists, my shoulders and my hips are in the same line. So if you'd like to scoot your hips over towards the right side, go ahead. The knees are going to come down towards the left side. You can bring your feet down first, take a breath in, and then exhale if there's a little bit more space to bring the knees down in the direction of the ground. And this is also where your blocks come in really helpful. They're there to support your pose, support your limbs. What does that mean? Hold them up, give them support. So if you'd like to, you can take your blocks underneath the knees here and just have them against something. And then inhale, knees towards the sky once more. If you liked that crossed position, you can take your left leg across the right. Scoot your hips over towards the left side. Let's drop down towards the right. Breathing into it. And then maybe letting go a little bit more as you breathe out. Perfect. Take the knees back up towards the sky. Inhale. Exhale, release them. Inhale, take your knees into your chest. Exhale, hold onto the knees. Maybe you lift your head up towards them and kiss the knees or hug the knees. And then find your final Shavasana. So opening your legs out towards the corners of your mat. Maybe you take your hands onto your body or onto the mat next to you. You can close down your eyes. And we'll stay here. So it's said that our Shavasana, this corpse pose, is one of the most important, if not the most important pose that we have. Our opportunity to integrate everything that we've done today, all the movements we've made, the transitions, the breathing, the conscious breathing. We're just allowing ourselves to settle and relax again completely. To check in with ourselves. How am I feeling right now? If you can remember how you felt coming in or starting this practice. So we have something to compare to. It's much easier for our mind and even our nervous system to compare from one to the other, from one state to the other, rather than you just maybe describing how you feel with no comparison. So how do I feel right now? When you feel ready, let's start to deepen our breath. Maybe exhaling out with a sigh. And then bring some movement into your fingers. Maybe your head would like to move from side to side, your toes. You can bring your arms back behind you and stretch from your toes to your fingers. And then bend your knees, roll over onto your side. Stay here for a moment. Take that feeling with you. Set an intention about how you'd like to bring that energy into your day. And then we're pressing into our mat, coming into a seated position. You can close your eyes or keep them closed or close them back down again. Bring your palms in front of your heart center. And then let's finish together with 1 Om and 3 Shantis. Breathing out first. Take an inhale. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Breathe in. Breathe out. Drop your head down. And then start to blink your eyes open. Raise your gaze when you feel ready to. Thank you for joining me in today's practice. I hope you liked it. I hope you feel a little bit better. And I'll see you in our next practice together.